All right, gang, if you like your monster hunters with fancy hats and facial hair, of course I do, this is your E3. Please welcome Crytek Publishing producer David Bowman, who's here to talk to me about Hunt Horrors of the Gilded Age. David, welcome to the stage.
Thank you.
Now, this is a very interesting game. You're describing it as a 4-player co-op online third-person shooter, and you're taking down bosses with a bunch of your friends. Is that right?
That's exactly right. Basically, you're going to get together with up to 4 players. You're going to be able to play together, and you're going to outfit your characters with the latest weapons available in the 1800s, and you're going to be able to hunt monsters. These boss fights are going to be pretty exciting. I think that's the best part of the game.
Yes, yeah. This is what we've seen so far, and obviously the setting plays a lot into this. It just seems like a really cool setting. Did you know out of the gate when you wanted to create this game that this was going to be the setting for it?
That was part of the initial conversations, was where do we want to have this set? And we set a period first. At Gilded Age, we thought it was an exciting opportunity to explore a space that really hasn't been explored really well so far in games. Mm-hmm. That gave us the underlying frame of what we wanted to do, and then from there we said, okay, what could we do in that space? And we started exploring a lot of different environments. The first environment you're seeing is in Louisiana, and we'll be releasing other environments as part of the expansion of the product.
Now, are the characters very different? Are they completely customizable? Do you take your character into the fray with your friends? How does it work?
So you're going to pick your character, and you're going to start developing that character. We call it an RPG light as well, because the RPG elements in it mean that you have a persistent character that you can customize. You can make the appearance changes that you want. There's also actual abilities that change as well. So when you decide that you want to have a character that is going to be a little bit more supportive than the other roles, then you design that yourself. You say, this is what I want to be, and this is how I want to look. All within very strong, appropriate late 1800s clothing choices, mm-hmm. and weapon choices. Of course, there's a little bit more fantastic, because this is a combination of realism meets the fantastic.
Right. Let's talk a little bit about the combat, which we're seeing in full force right here. Is it a variety of combat, ranged? It looks like right now. Also, a lot of melee.
There is melee. Yes. Okay. So the big part of the game that I think that is important to understand is that ammunition is not infinite in this game. And so you'll want to be very careful in deciding who's firing at what and with which weapon you're going to be using that at. There are certain of the opponents that you'll be fighting that you want to keep at range, always keep at range. Mm-hmm. And there's others that it makes sense to dispatch with a hatchet if they get too close to you.
Excellent. So am I getting online with my friends to progress through a linear story? Are there missions that we accomplish at our choosing, or how does that work?
That's a good question. One of the things that makes this special is that we use basically, it's not randomization, procedural choices within the environment. And that allows us to have many replayable experiences in the same environment. So this is the Louisiana swamplands, the bayous. And within that space, you're not going to have the same experience going through the same environment, because the procedural generation of our content allows us to dynamically change all of that. So you and your friends getting together, 4 players, having fun, going after boss fights, basically hunting down those bosses as they try to hunt you in return.